Hey everybody, Bentley here, back with my 5th installment of my reloading series. This time we're going to talk about powder. First thing you need to do when choosing your powder is get your hands on some good reloading data. Now you can do this one of a few different ways. First way, obviously, get yourself a manual. There's plenty of reloading manuals, books out there, lots of good information in them for every single caliber there is. Another scenario is, Hodgdon, all the major powder companies are going to have reloading data on their website. You can go to their website, check it out. Lee also includes some reloading data in with the die sets, so that's really cool. It's all caliber specific to the dies. And in your reloading data, you're going to have a few key pieces of information, including your, a starting grains load and a never exceed load, and it's going to go ahead and give you velocity and everything else. It'll also give you a minimum overall length, which is very important because you don't want to seat that bullet too far down and build too much extra pressure and, have anything bad happen. So get yourself some good reloading data and figure out what kind of a bullet combination you're going to be using. Whether it be 115 grain lead, 115 grain jacketed, copper plated, you have to know what kind of bullet you're going to use, and then you can figure out what kind of powder is going to work. Generally, if it's not listed in the data, it probably means it's not going to be an ideal load. So you're going to want to choose something that's in the highly published data, and you'll get it figured out. I chose Clay's. Actually, it was recommended to me by the guy at my LGS for the calibers that I'm reloading. Clay's is good for both 9mm and for 45. So that's what I've been using, and I like it. Don't know any difference. Shoots really clean. Yeah, so that's what I'm using. So what you do for the powder step, last time we went ahead and belled the casing. Slide one in there. Belled it out, and I got the funnel all ready for some powder, so now we got to measure it out. So when I first started, just using the old Lee dipper, going straight by volume. Now this will get you in the ballpark, but I definitely prefer to still weigh it. So put that in your pan, toss it on the beam, or digital, whatever you got. Now this is a powder trickler, not a necessity by any means, but it makes it kind of nice. Put your powder in there, and it's just an auger. Drops out a couple grains at a time, so that way you can, exactly fine-tune your load to exactly where you want it. Get it all balanced out, everything looks good. Just dump it straight into the funnel. Give it a couple taps to ensure all that powder falls in there. One last little jerk to help knock any extra powder down into the casing. Visually inspect it. Get to know what your load's going to look like. Great thing about Clay's, if you got a double charge, you're going to know it right away. It's going to spill out all over the place. Takes up about, 2/3 of the casing, so you'll know if you're there. I've got these shell holders, also not a necessity, but they're kind of nice. They're only a few bucks. So then I got your powder in there, and I'll go ahead and do, 5 or 10 of those. And I'll go ahead and take the bullets and get them set in there. So that way everything's getting belled right, and so you don't lose any powder or have anything fall in there, get it contaminated or anything like that. So now it's ready for the next step, and the next step is seating that bullet, and which we'll talk about on the next video. So again, I thank you for watching. Please check out gunsforeveryone.com. And any questions or comments, criticisms, please feel free to leave them on my page or over at gunsforeveryone.com on the forums. I'm there all the time. And we'll talk to you later.
Always remember to save your brass.